Hi everyone, today I am going to do my first tutorial from Johanna's new book. It's really exciting. I've been really excited wanting to get in and have a go with this, and I've been thinking about what to do with you. Obviously Johanna is running her course and she's going to be doing various things, and she's going to be running through the book in order. And what I decided to do was to do some things that she wouldn't be doing. Now I couldn't wait to start, and I have to show you that I actually did start colouring this. I haven't finished it yet, but I decided to start here. I just wanted to get going, and these pictures are repeated later in the book, so I thought I'd just have a go on my own and have a little play with that. But where I am going to start today is with this page. This is This Book Belongs To page. I thought this would be a good place to start. It's unlikely that Johanna will do this page because she's running through all her exercises, which sort of start here with the cups. So I thought if I did this one, it's likely to be something she won't cover, so it'd be a little bit different for us to do. Now I'm not going to do the whole thing. It's actually symmetrical design, so I thought if I just do one side and then you can re-watch the video and do the other side in reverse, or just you can do your own thing and do it differently if you want to. So I just thought it would be a bit of fun. I haven't written my name in yet, I did say to you when I did my flip through that I always start with the nameplate page, but you can see that I didn't, because I was desperate to get started, and I thought I would save this to do with you. Now, a little tip with writing your name in: measure this dotted line, find the centre, write your name from the middle. So I'm going to find the centre line, which is somewhere around there, and I'm going to write my H-E-L there, and then C, then A, then R, so I get it central, because I never get my name central. But I'm not going to do that on camera because I'm too scared. So I'm just going to get on with the colouring because I'm not scared of doing that. So I'm using my Staedtler Ergosoft today, just because they happen to be next to me. Sorry, I'm just leaning away. I've just got a piece of paper to put under the page. I always like to put a little piece of paper behind just to stop any transfer going. Sometimes the black transfers across the page from behind. So just one piece and we shall get going. So I've got my 36 set of Staedtler, and I think I'm going to go for sort of pink, purple, blues. I think that might be rather pretty. So I'm just going to start and grab this pink. Now the Staedtler don't have names, they have numbers, as you're probably aware. So let's go in a bit more so you can see. So this is number 61, which is what I always call the magenta. And I'm actually going to start with this flower, which is in the middle. And I'm just going to do it quite simply. I'm going to go from dark to light. So I want a darker colour here in the middle and less on the outside. Now I know that some of you struggle with doing this, so I'm just going to talk you through how to do it. So start really gently and layer up your colour here near the centre, and then put less layers as you go towards the outside. So I'm going to work around all of the petals in the same way. So you see I'm gently colouring but going over and over near the centre, then less layers towards the edge. Now I'll just keep building up the colour in the place where I want it. Now the key, I think, for some people is not to start off pressing too hard, and for other people is to not be afraid to press a little bit harder. It's quite a tricky one to learn. Some people are very soft with their pressure, or their pencils are quite pale, and other people press quite hard. If you press too hard, you can erase a little bit to get a lighter touch, but it's easier to just try and be a bit gentler. Now what I would say is practice. So get a scrap piece of paper. I've got a piece beside me here. Oh, sorry, it's making a really nasty noise. Okay, and press as hard as you can here. Scribble hard. I'm not going to do it because it might make an indentation on my book. So scribble really hard there, and then reduce your pressure more and more and more and more, lighter and lighter and lighter, until you're barely touching the paper like this. You can't even barely see it. And practice going from dark to light, and then perhaps back the other way, and keep practicing that over and over and that will help you to get this working for you, so you can start to understand how much pressure you need to put down on the paper to get those differences in the shading on the colour. So here's our first flower, and you see I'm just going over the areas that I want to be a little bit darker, and because I've gently layered up the colour, it's easy for me to do that. And I say easy, I realise it isn't easy. I have spent a long time colouring. I've coloured every day for since 2013, so you know, it's taken me time. Now this is number 56, which is this sort of really lovely limey green colour. I'm going to use that for the centre of the flower. It might seem like an odd choice, but you will see why later. And for the leaves, I'm going to use the slightly darker 57, which is a similar shade, but I'm going to do two colours on the leaves. So I'm going to start with a dark layer of this, so I'm pressing harder and layering up. I'm going to fade it towards the tip, and maybe not even go all the way to the end of the leaf, and do the same thing with this one. My children are around today. They're going to come into the room in a minute and make some noise, I think. But they're going to try and be quiet, hopefully, because I have asked them to be. So we'll see. So I've done a bit of that colour, and I'm going to do a bit of the 56 as well on the tips of the leaves, just to have a difference in colour. And what I'm doing is I'm going over the top of the other colour of the 57, and then blending that 56 in. Because the colours are really similar, it's easy to get a nice even blend. So there we go, and I think that looks quite pretty. And what I'm going to do is all the other flowers that are that shape, the ones that are that shape, so this one, 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 and this one, all of those I'm going to do in the same way as I have done this one. So I'm not going to go through that with you because I've already talked for quite a long time and we've only done one flower. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just show you how I'm going to finish off this flower with some pen, so that you can just see what I'm doing and what my plan is, and then you can copy those, all of them. I will put a finished picture of this up so you can just see exactly what I have done. A bit squiff. There we go. So what I'm using is, trying to find what I want, is some Posca pens. So I'm going to use a yellow and a white. Now these are the PC1MR, they're the finest tip, which is a 0.7. I'm just going to shake, and what I'm going to do in the very centre of my flower, where it's a little bit green, is I'm going to do some dots all the way around and through the middle like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do a few white dots as well, but I need to wait for that yellow to dry. So we're going to move on to this flower here. Now we have several of these. This one, yes, so those two will be the same, and I'm going to do this one in a blue. Now you can use any shade of blue, you don't have to do the same blue as me. I rather like this blue, which is the one from the 36 set. This is number 63. You don't get this in the 24 set. You can use the 3 if you'd rather, or even the 33. I just think this is a slightly paler one. It could do with sharpening, but we won't do that. I have my sharpener with me. I can get really lovely tips like this with my Derwent. If I put it in shot, it'll be blurred. It's a rotary sharpener. It makes a lot of noise, so I'm going to try and do this without sharpening. So it's going to be the same technique. So we go in with more layers near the centre and less towards the tip. And then we try and even that along the petal. Now this does take practice, but the more you do it, the easier it will become. As Johanna tells us actually in the book here, practice makes progress. She's got a page, hasn't she, which says that, and that's definitely true. We're all improving all the time. I think you'll find if you ever have taken a break from colouring that you notice that you need to get back up to speed again with it all. And I don't take breaks, but some days I only have time to do a very small amount, and then other times I can colour all day, and I certainly noticed the difference. I've been doing a lot more. Now for me this isn't really going dark enough towards the centre, so I'm going to finish this and I'm going to show you how we can use another colour to make it even darker. So I'll just show you a different technique. But you can see I'm just going over and over here, and then less here, and just a little bit up there. I think part of the key thing of doing this is to have an even hand, so an even pressure throughout, and then if you add more layers you know it's going to be darker. And again, that isn't easy, it does take practice, and I'm certainly not perfect at it. I've seen some, I'm trying to work out what's going on here. We've got one there for sure, and I think in there, I'm trying to work out what that is. Oh, it's part of this filigree perhaps. Yes, it's the end of, no, it's a bit of this. It's probably, there's probably one here which these flowers are on top of, so it's part of that. So there's that basic blue. I'm going to grab the number 33, which is our darkest blue. It's almost a slightly purpley, to just emphasize those centers. So I'm going to go over the top. Now I don't just want to do a bit there and stop. I'm just going to take it up a little bit and fade it as I go, so that it blends in with the other blue colour. Like that. Now my children have asked me to mention there's a YouTube fundraiser going on at the moment to get trash out of the ocean, and I have actually popped something on Instagram about it, and I'll put a little link in the description of the video so you can go and have a look. Basically the idea is that the really big famous YouTubers are getting together to promote cleaning trash from oceans and also from the source in rivers. And I can't remember the hashtag. I'm going to ask my son who's in the room. Hashtag Team Seas. Yep, he's nodding. Hashtag Team Seas, TEAMSEAS. But I shall pop it in the bottom and in the description, so you can go and have a look if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about that. Now we've got to do the centre of this flower. It's reminded me we need to finish this one. So I have my white Posca this time, and I'm just going to add a few. This one isn't working. What I'm doing off camera is just pressing the nib in and out to get the paint flowing. Sorry, we're out of focus. And it made a huge puddle of white paint on my scrap of paper, which is a good reminder not to do it on your book, but to do it on spare paper. So there's the finishing touches to that one. I think the little dots make such a difference. I don't know why, it's just a few dots, but anyway. Centre of this one, we're going to do it slightly differently. I'm going to go in with an orange first. This is number 42, and we're going to do that just around the edge of here. Just, I'm not pressing too hard. I don't want it really bright orange, but just a little bit. And then I'm just going to do a second bit just lightly so we can blend it into our next colour. So a little bit darker on that outside and lighter towards the middle. I know we've only got a very small space to play with. That can make it a little tricky. I'm sure you can do it. If you just take it easy, just pause the video and have a go, and do it at your own pace. And number 11 we're going to use for the rest. We're going to go right over the top of what we've done already and then draw that in like that. There we go. Now I want to put some dots on this centre as well, because I think if we only have it on that one, it's going to look a little odd, especially if it be on all of these, because they'll look the same as this. So I'm thinking about what colour, because it's white. I'm thinking we might go darker, not lighter. Now I've got Poscas in a few different colours, but you could also use gel pens for this because they will sit on top of pencil. Use glitter pens if you want. You can, because we're going over quite a light colour, you could use a dark fineliner, which is what I'm thinking of doing right now. I've got a black one here. This is just a Staedtler Triplus Fineliner in black, but you can use any sort of black marker pen that you've got. And I'm going to emphasise these dots on here, like that. I'm just adding a few more, just because I can. There we go. And I think that gives it just a little bit of life. It makes it look a bit more interesting. I don't know. You may not agree. Up to you. Now, all these rounded flowers, we're going to do like the one in the centre, but we have got this sort of spiky petal flower, which we're going to do in a purple. I think I'm going to use the dark purple because this is the one that comes in the 24 set. This is number 6. So if you've only got the 24 set, you'll be able to do this one. Oh. And I'm going to use the same technique as I have for the others. I think sometimes it can look better if you do the same thing with each one. If you do every one different, that's fine, but if you do a few the same, it perhaps looks better if you do them all the same. So we're going in darker towards the base again and lighter towards the tip. One thing I find can help is to colour the whole thing in light like that first, and then go in at the base and just layer up like that. It is worth taking your time. It's, you know, we need to remember, and I have to remind myself of this a lot, it's not a race, it's not a competition to see who can finish the book the fastest. I am a very fast colourist. I'm lucky, I do have a lot of free time to colour, but and I am of the mindset where I like to get things finished. So I can find it very difficult to leave a picture half finished. To start this page, having not finished the one on the French flap that I showed you at the beginning, that's really hard for me. But I wanted to record this video when I had the opportunity because I was excited to start. Now I have been asked if I'll do the 30-day challenge. Now I can't promise that I'm going to be doing a picture from this book every day because I have so many other bits and pieces of videos that I want to do with you. So I haven't said yes to that. But this is number 10 for the centre. But because I will be, I release 2 videos a day at the moment, 1 or 2 a day. So there is always something to do for everybody if they want to have a go. So you can follow me and fill in the chart. Obviously, I don't think Johanna would say, well, you have to do the 30 days all from this book. You know, you can do it from other books too. Okay, now I'm trying to think about what to do for the centre of this one, and I think I'm just going to go in with some white. So I've got my white Posca. I'm just going to scribble it on my rough piece of paper because I'm a bit scared of it now. It's splodged white everywhere. So I'm just going around the centre and over. It makes it look quite white in the middle, but I don't mind that. Now we have another one like this at the bottom there, which I shall be doing in the same colour. Now all of the leaves I'm going to be doing the same as we did the leaves on here, so I'm not going to do any of those. They're all going to be, oh, my son is very excited. He's obviously had a victory in his game. Now these tiny little circles here, I'm going to do them in this pink colour because I think they're buds from these florals here. The other one we have to do that we haven't got a similar one to are these little cute little bells at the bottom. Now I think I'm going to go in with a lighter or a different pink. Yeah, let's go in with the light pink. This one here is number 20. Now sometimes I find this particular pink can look a bit neon if you press too hard. So I'm going to go in really gently to start with. So I have just literally kissed the page with the pencil, but I'm going to make it darker here and then pull that down. Now while I've been colouring this, I've noticed we have these tiny little leaves here. I'm going to be doing those in number 57, which is the slightly darker green from the leaves that we have been doing. So I'm going to do them in that. I might as well just do them. They're so small, we're certainly not going to be doing any more than one colour. I can't even get that to right in the space. There we go. I need a pointy bit of pencil. This one needs sharpening. There we go. Hopefully you can see that I've actually coloured it. Now we have this sort of filigree piece here, this. Now it's a bit tricky to decide what colour to do it when I haven't done all of the rest, and I'm looking at how many leaves we've got, whether to do it green. Do I want to introduce a new colour? I don't know if I do. I could do it gold, I could do it silver. You could go in with a gold pen or a silver pen if you fancied it, but I'm thinking I'm going to do it in greens. So I'll show you a little bit. This bit here I think we'll go for. So we use number 57 to start with, and I want it darker here near the flower. So I'm going to go in with a few layers. You can see I'm layering it up. And then as I move along towards the centre, I'm doing less and less layers, and then I stop. Down here, I'm going to do more here in this circular part. And then less as I go up here. I'm going to do a little bit past here, but not too much. And you see, I'm just making sure I haven't got too many gaps. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my 56. Now I realise if you don't have the 36 set, you don't have this 56. If that's the case, then you can either use a yellow, which yellow and green you can blend together well, but you have to be quite patient and build up your layers slowly. The other option is for you to just use the 57 and just build up a few more layers at this end and at that end, and use that. So in the centre I want it a bit of paper showing like that, so that it looks like we've got a bit of a shine, just a little bit. I'm going to build that up a little bit more there, a little bit darker. Okay, and so on all of these I'll be doing a similar thing. So this will be the darker green, fading to about here, and then this bit will be darker green. I think that continues that way, a bit of darker, and that starts there dark and there, and then this round and this one, and anywhere where there's a gap there it starts a darker part and then fading into lighter. When I've completed this, I will put a photo up actually at the end of the video, and I will leave it there for a little while so you can pause it, you can have a look, you can have a see of what I've done, have a think about whether it's what you want to do or not. I'm just checking to see what else we have going on. Now we have stars. Now you can do those in pencil. We have got quite a nice yellow number 1 here, which you can colour them in. I'll show you. Just colour it in like that. But you may want to use a gold or silver pen, metallic, to make it sparkle, even perhaps some glitter. Now around here we have lots of little dots as well, so I'm not going to abandon those. What I'm going to do with those, I'll just show you, is I'm going to grab a Posca pen in each of the colours that I have used. Just trying to find them. Got a purple somewhere. Maybe it's run out. Oh, here it is. So I have got, I'll show you, I've got a pink, a blue and a purple, and I will go around these dots using those pens so they match in with the flowers. So that's my idea. You could use a sparkly pen, you could use a metallic pen, you could use a felt pen, but whatever pens you use, make sure you test them on the test page at the back of the book first, so you know that they're not going to bleed through the page. So I'm going to leave that there. There is the little bit that I have done. And I will cut to the finished picture for you. So thank you very much for watching. At the bottom of the description in the video, I will put a link to where you can get the book, but also to where you can sign up to Johanna's 30-day course, because obviously we're all going to want to be doing that with her. I think you don't have to watch live, there are pre-recorded things and bits and bobs. I'm sure she'll explain more nearer the time. And also I will put that information about the Team C's as well, in case you're interested in getting involved with that. So thank you so much for watching, and happy colouring.